It still looks very bland and weird. So let's fix that. Shift mesh, add a plane. I'm gonna skip. Should I do the road first? No, I'll do the big floor, the grid per se first. 100 S 100. Maybe I still need to make it a bit bigger, maybe twice as big. 7 GY. We will start from there. Okay, I think that's good. Let's set a camera first. Shift this in the middle, Control Alt 0. 470. Okay, that's huge. But still, I just want to get the sense of scale right as well. Oh, my audio got cut off. So yeah, I'm back. Still picking up where we left off. I'm just gonna get the sense of scale right. Maybe to go Z down. Punch in a little bit. Minus 400 should do. And I'm gonna rotate the camera maybe a bit higher up. Maybe this thing is okay. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. 91 is fine, and right. Yeah, that's 93 should be fine. Okay. So what we're gonna do is shading new, add the same material. Wait, I forgot to name the materials. Structure, emissive, structure, detail. And when you add the detail, like what the circuitry thing, just go face by face or in your structure and add it, and spend more time modeling the structure. But I'm just giving you like the blueprint on how the three things you need to make like a Tron type sci-fi structure. I'm not the best at modeling, but like getting the base model done, adding like some sort of grid floor, we can use like this type of material, and then your emissive planes with the bevel. Like these are the techniques you need to know like to model a Tron type structure. So I'm just gonna add the same material I did there to the floor material. I'm gonna add the same Control Shift T, add these. Go to material preview. These look small, so I'm gonna scale them up. 15. Too much. 10. I'm gonna remove displacement. I don't want displacement. Okay, that works for me, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. How much is it? 10. So let's scale it to 10. You see, now we start getting some reflection on ground. But what makes the Tron, like, what gives that Tron look to the floor, grid floor, is in the material. There's one more step to do. Go to the coat and increase the weight to 100. No, not maybe 100. Maybe like enough so you get like a wet look. What this does is add like a plastic sort of coat on top of the material without having to do anything else, but you still retain like the material is added. You retain that look as well as like a coat on top. That's what gives Tron like the Tron look. So maybe I'll just adjust. I want to bring out the ground floor a bit more. Maybe 0.15. Yeah, this does it for me. So what we're gonna do next is also go back to layout, solid view, top view, add another plane. Let's scale it up so it fits the pathway between these two. Fill it up. I think that's fine. What we'll do is just bring it up just a little bit. GZ shift and just slightly bring it up. Maybe a bit more higher up. Let's bring so we know what's going on. Okay, you have this plane over here, new material. So I made this thing in Photoshop. Wait, I'm just gonna add it. Image texture. Like I made this sort of thing in Photoshop. Wait, just give me a sec. Yeah, it's Tron, like just some circuitry lines. The line that starts here ends exactly where it starts, so I can scale it to infinity as well. So what I'm gonna do is first I'll just do like a color ramp just to bring out the darks a bit more. Okay, we have that. I'm gonna go to emission and I'm gonna plug it into color strength 1. Boom. So this is how it looks now. You can see the black and you only see this. Another thing, wait, I'm gonna go back to that in a sec. So next one, see this white color? You can change it to whatever. I'm gonna set it, make it a red so it matches the Aries look. And I feel like there's a bit too many lines here, so I'm gonna go into UV editing and I'm just gonna select these SY scale it down. I just want a few lines. I don't want too many lines. I'm just gonna try getting that SY, make it a bit more smaller, make it like symmetrical. It's gonna roughly aim this. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. No, maybe you could work on it a bit more in terms of symmetry. Yeah, that works with me. RZ90, so it's facing, so we can go back. SY30, S scale. This is now the whole thing is stretched 30 times. So what we can do is Control T and just scale this in the Y direction, I believe. Nope, in the X direction. I know, like, right for now it's not properly lined up, but I'll work on that in a bit. And I just want to show you like what we can do, how we make the Tron like the look, how do we get the aesthetic, and everything else you can perfect. So now we have the Tron road as well. I think the camera is a bit too high up. I want to get it from like the ground. Yes, that's the look I want. 30, wait, 30. It's a bit too much, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go for like a 7. So now to get like to make this look as good as it does in Tron, it's just one simple trick you do. Color. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my bad. So just color into you can even go direct, I believe. Yeah, you can go direct. So now we have is when we hit, now you get that Tron type look in the floor. And the whole grid basically is reflected down. Like these things really add a lot. If you can do that and you get that Tron sort of look here. So what else you could do from here is just model more sci-fi assets and whatnot and place detail ones near. What we could do is we go to like a website like this called JS placement. Yeah, we can go here and come to JS placement 2, click to generate. So he can adjust all the parameters in their backgrounds. I don't know what exactly these do. Let's see what I kind of like. Click and keep generating. Keep the brightness low. Yeah, I get that. Wait, I need a bit more, slightly complicated. Yeah, I think I need something like that. Just let it finish working, I guess. See, I'm just gonna right click, save image. I got it saved. I'm gonna head back into Blender. So we have this. What we can do next is Shift A, add more planes, scale it up. Control A, apply scale. G, Y, bring in G, X, bring it here. G, Z, just bring it up. We'll place this where it needs to be later. For now, just make, we'll add a material. I'm gonna add the same planes again. Yeah, just get that, maybe scale them like 3, 3. And then what's gonna make this work? Subdivide this. Okay, you have a little bit of subdivision going. We can go add a sub D modifier as well. A simple 2 levels. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a displace modifier. This is what's gonna do like the main thing. Hit new and click on show texture in texture tab. Open, go to this, load your thing. So now it has loaded. Why is it so blurry? Maybe because I don't have enough subdivision surface. I don't have enough faces going on. What happens if I switch? It's even worse. If I add more, uh-huh. Subdivide this even more. It's scaling. That's the issue. Wait. I don't know what exactly the issue is. Oh, okay. There we go. That kind of sorted the trick out. So yeah, so this is how you get this. What we can do is we can scale this up even more. Increase the strength to like 5. Now you have like these sort of mini cities. And just place them around. Easy, bring it up. Yeah. We're gonna control T. So what we're gonna do is add base. First control shift T. Add this material. Okay, now we got that. We're gonna shift D, add this, make a mix color here. Control shift T so we see what's going on. Control shift T clicking on anything. Okay, if I do it this, it just shows me the base color, the metallic, the whole BSDF and this. So I'm gonna mix it in. I just duplicated the base color. Mix it in. I'm gonna add the thing I just saved. So it's like both mixed. Control T. Yes. So another thing I'm gonna do is connect this to the emission. No, emission, I don't want the first material coming. So I'm gonna add a color ramp here, connect the color to the color ramp, and then I'm gonna connect that to the emission, make strength of 1. So now the whole thing is being emitted as well. So I'm gonna increase the black so I can reduce. See now, only in some areas of this height map I can get some emissive color. So if you change to red here, it becomes red. Let's see if we can bring it a bit more up. If we get more, no, we don't. Increase this, increase, decrease that, just to get a bit more detail out. Now what we could do is just duplicate these things. Alt D, duplicate, rotate, just to get some variation. Shift, Alt D. And now you basically have a grid. Just gonna rotate, play around with some things. Maybe the strength is a bit too high. We can reduce it to like 3.5. Too much. Just play around and then set the scene and then you'll get what you need. So that's how like I kind of approach building the grid in Blender. Just what we could do is let's make this into 1 and then we mirror this. We use the empty as a mirror. Yeah, so now we basically have like a grid city going on. And just to add some extra details, I have some sky assets I've prepared before. You'll see where I'm going with this in just a sec, right? This file is quite big now. So it adds a little bit of lighting. Yeah, this file C is too heavyweight. We just disable the, yeah, it basically adds more light and a bit extra detail. Let's hide these so it can load much faster. So yeah, that's why I use this guy like to get this sort of effect, like with more reflections, more detail. So once you add these, my last step would be like add like a background sky or something. Image, you can just get search for horizon sky and probably get some images online. Emission, color, select one, scale this 100 times, make it big. Like this is what, these are the main principles of building like the grid. And then you can add whatever effects you want on top. So let's see. I'm gonna add the character in the light side book. So I'm just gonna render this out and we are done. Like I know like this tutorial hasn't been like the best modeling tutorial, but what I wanted to give you guys is this a solid foundation on what it goes like into making a grid like aesthetic. Like I said, like when you model your structures, go spend more time in blocking out the shapes and getting the build like the structure shape right. Just roughly model this, but it's important that the material you assign, the circuitry details you get, as well as the beveling and adding emissive textures to the beveled faces, and then the displacement technique to create this sort of like circuitry with the JS placement, which is a free tool online for anyone can use it. And then adding the road with the alpha and the lines, making them emissive and reflective as well, and getting the grid floor to be having like a sci-fi material with a coat on top, and then you get this sort of scene I have going on here. And yes, we have a scene going. I'm gonna run this out now. If you want to learn how to create depth of field in your renders, then you can check this video out. So until next time.